Good morning. So this video is being inspired by a comment that I saw under one of my videos about documentation. So as I'm walking Kobe, I said, let me come on here and I'll make another video about documentation, why it's important, and but why it didn't work for me in my case. I mean, I don't know why actually it didn't work for me, but it didn't. Because I feel like when you're navigating the judicial system, a judge can just decide that they don't like you, and it wouldn't matter what you have as proof. And I think that's what happened in my case. I think the judge just didn't see me as a victim of anything. And I mean, because why else would she give my children to, at the time, someone who said he didn't have a job, basically said he was homeless because he lived with his parents, and as opposed to me, who I did have a job, I had my own home, and I had been taking care of our children on my own without any support for the years up until she gave him the children. So, sometimes that just doesn't work. But what I will say is that during the relationship, all the things that I could have documented, I did not. I was just lucky that, when I finally left the relationship, that wasn't the first time I was going to leave the relationship. But he was able to keep me in the relationship by saying that he was going to get help for his behavior. And so he joined this group where part of the group you have to admit that you have been physically violent to your partner. And so he did that. And that group wrote a letter saying that he admitted to his behavior, and they outlined, some of the things that that had gone on. But the judge in my case refused to even allow that letter into evidence. And she said something to the effect of, I'm not going to read something that you told someone else. I mean, but if she had read the letter, she would know that that's not what happened. She just didn't like me. And, I have that effect on people. It just happens like that, but whatever. So in my case, that didn't help. But I did not document as much as I could have, because maybe if I had more than that letter, it would have helped me. I come from a culture where it was taboo to call the police on your partner. If you were being violated in that way, you just dealt with it. You hopefully had a brother or father or somebody in your family who would help you deal with it. But in my case, I did not have that support. So he got away with a whole lot. And when it was time to, when I brought it up in our court case, because when I saw that, this guy's really trying to fight me for my kids, I brought it up. I definitely said, no, I don't want to be in a situation with this person where he's got control of my children. And this is why. But once I brought up the physical abuse and that type of thing, that also enraged him as well, which I think we all know now. Well, what I know now was a narcissistic injury, and that's what set him off. But this all happened to me in the 90s. The late 90s, early 2000s. So I'm hoping that things have changed and that this would never have happened had this been now. But, I don't know. Because, everybody's grown now. But I just wanted to mention that. Definitely document. I mean, I know now they've got smartphones and they've got so many different things that we didn't have back then. I think we were just coming out the pager phase and just getting cell phones. Smartphone was nothing. I mean, I think we barely had the internet. Back then I was in my mid-20s when I left the relationship, and I just turned 50, so there's that. Anyhow, I will be back to tell more of my story when I think of anything that is worth talking about. But enjoy your day. Thanks for listening, everybody. Take care.